The animal kingdom is full of remarkable survival mechanisms. Creatures have evolved camouflage, venom, and incredible speed to escape danger. These adaptations are the result of millions of years of evolution, finely tuned to ensure the survival of each species in its unique environment. But humans possess a unique vulnerability, our susceptibility to information. Unlike animals whose responses are triggered by physical stimuli, humans can react to abstract concepts and data. Just as a herd of wildebeest can be sent into a frenzy by a predator's scent, humans can be driven to panic by the information they consume. This reaction is not just a modern phenomenon, it has deep roots in our history. The media, like an unseen force of nature, holds the power to trigger this panic. From the early days of print newspapers to the instant notifications on our smartphones, the way information is delivered can have profound effects on our collective psyche. The media's influence, particularly in times of uncertainty, can be as potent as any physical threat. During crises, people turn to media for information and guidance, but this reliance can also make them vulnerable to misinformation and sensationalism. Its influence, particularly in times of uncertainty, can be as potent as any physical threat. The media can amplify fears, spread rumors, and create a sense of urgency that may not be warranted by the actual events. This essay explores a prime example of this phenomenon, the 1938 radio broadcast of The War of the Worlds. This broadcast, presented by Orson Welles, was a dramatization of H.G. Wells's novel about a Martian invasion of Earth. This event, a fictional account of an alien invasion, sent shockwaves across America, demonstrating the raw power of media to shape perception and incite fear. Despite disclaimers that it was a work of fiction, many listeners believed it to be a real news broadcast. It serves as a stark reminder of the media's ability to blur the lines between fact and fiction, and its enduring potential to trigger mass hysteria. The panic caused by the War of the Worlds broadcast was a result of the realistic presentation and the trust people placed in the radio as a source of news, and its enduring potential to trigger mass hysteria. The event highlighted how easily misinformation can spread and how quickly it can affect public behavior. In the absence of immediate fact-checking, the broadcast's impact was magnified. The War of the Worlds broadcast remains a landmark event in media history. It is studied not only for its artistic merit but also for its sociological implications. The broadcast serves as a case study in the power of media to influence public perception and behavior. It underscores the importance of critical thinking and media literacy, particularly in our modern age of instant information and digital manipulation. In today's world, where information is available at our fingertips, the ability to discern credible sources from sensationalist ones is more crucial than ever. By understanding the factors that led to this mass panic, we can better equip ourselves to navigate the complex media landscape of the 21st century. Media literacy education can empower individuals to critically evaluate the information they encounter and make informed decisions. Before the radio waves crackled with news of Martian tripods, a different kind of invasion was already taking place in the minds of readers. H.G. Wells penned The War of the Worlds in 1898, a time when the world was on the cusp of monumental change. This seminal work of science fiction painted a chilling picture of an alien invasion, capturing the anxieties of a world on the brink of the 20th century. The Industrial Revolution had transformed societies, and with it came both hope and fear of the unknown. Wells' novel was more than just an alien adventure. It was a profound exploration of human nature and societal structures. It was a commentary on colonialism, technology, and the fragility of human dominance. The Martians, with their advanced technology, mirrored the European colonizers of Wells' time, who often saw themselves as superior to the native populations they subjugated. The Martians, technologically superior and utterly ruthless, served as a stark warning against complacency and the dangers of unchecked ambition. Their relentless advance and the helplessness of humanity in the face of such power highlighted the potential consequences of technological hubris. The novel's themes resonated deeply with readers, tapping into primal fears of the unknown and the potential for humanity's downfall. It wasn't just a story of alien invasion, it was a mirror reflecting the anxieties and uncertainties of a rapidly changing world. Little did Wells know that his fictional invasion would, 40 years later, be brought to life with terrifying realism on the airwaves. In 1938, Orson Welles' radio adaptation of The War of the Worlds caused widespread panic, as listeners believed that Martians were truly attacking Earth. This event underscored the enduring power of Welles' vision and the profound impact of his work on popular culture. The broadcast demonstrated the power of media to shape perceptions and incite emotions, much like Welles' original novel had done decades earlier. It was a testament to the timeless nature of his themes and the universal fears they addressed. Today, The War of the Worlds remains a cornerstone of science fiction, continually inspiring new generations of readers and creators. Its exploration of human vulnerability, the ethics of technological advancement, and the potential for unforeseen consequences continues to resonate, reminding us of the delicate balance we must maintain in our pursuit of progress. On October 30th, 1938, Orson Welles, a young and ambitious actor, unleashed a wave of panic across America. This was no ordinary broadcast. It was a radio adaptation of H.G. Wells' science fiction novel, The War of the Worlds. Welles, with his Mercury Theatre on the air, decided to present the story in a format that mimicked a live news broadcast, a decision that would have unforeseen and dramatic consequences. His radio adaptation of The War of the Worlds, presented in the style of a news bulletin, convinced thousands that Martians had indeed landed in New Jersey. The broadcast began with regular programming, only to be interrupted by urgent news flashes about mysterious explosions on Mars and then a Martian invasion on Earth. The realistic portrayal and the lack of commercial breaks added to the authenticity, making it hard for listeners to distinguish fiction from reality. Welles's masterful use of sound effects, panicked voices, and realistic news updates created an atmosphere of terrifying authenticity. The sound of clanging metal, the eerie hum of Martian machines, and the frantic voices of reporters on the scene painted a vivid picture of chaos and destruction. The actors' performances were so convincing that many listeners believed they were hearing real news reports. Listeners tuning in late or mistaking the fiction for fact were plunged into a world of alien invasion and impending doom. Families huddled around their radios, their faces etched with fear and confusion. Some people ran out into the streets, desperate for more information or seeking safety from the supposed extraterrestrial threat. The power of radio to evoke such strong emotions was on full display that night. The result was widespread panic. In towns and cities across the country, people were gripped by fear. Some packed up their belongings and fled, while others barricaded themselves in their homes. The streets were filled with the sounds of car horns and frantic conversations as people tried to make sense of the chaos. The broadcast had tapped into a deep-seated fear of the unknown, and the reaction was immediate and intense. People fled their homes, jammed highways, and flooded emergency lines. Police stations, newspapers, and radio stations were inundated with calls from terrified citizens seeking information and reassurance. The sudden surge in activity overwhelmed emergency services, highlighting the unpreparedness for such a widespread public reaction. The panic even led to minor accidents and injuries as people acted on their fear. The incident became a media sensation, highlighting the persuasive power of radio and the susceptibility of the public to misinformation. Newspapers the next day were filled with stories of the panic, and the broadcast became a topic of national conversation. It served as a stark reminder of the influence media can wield and the importance of critical thinking and media literacy. Orson Welles' broadcast remains a landmark event in the history of mass communication, illustrating both the potential and the pitfalls of the medium.